Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for being here today. If everyone here is going to be an indication of how many Democrats come out and vote in September and November, then we're going to be in good shape. We know we had hard times last year, especially in the county where I came from, in Nassau County, where a lot of Democrats lost. So we need to do everything that we can to get Democrats out, and the first step is getting them involved. So thank you all for being here tonight. I'll tell you a little bit about where I came from. My parents were originally from Queens. They moved out to Nassau County. They raised me and my 9 brothers and sisters, and they stressed a lot of the things that all of you do as parents: education, finding your passion, and doing something to give back to the community. And for me, it was as an advocate. As an advocate, as a voice for those who didn't have a voice, as a voice for communities that were beset by crime problems that took away their voice. Now, I advocated on behalf of victims of violent crime right here in Brooklyn. Violent crimes like child abuse, domestic violence, murder, rape, and robbery. And then I advocated for victims of white-collar crime, that crime that we're hearing so much about these days, that there used to be a distinction between, right? But now we know the damage that white-collar crime can do, like the Ponzi schemes, embezzlement, public corruption. And I was able to advocate for victims of those federal crimes. Now, I had a chance to unseat a 30-year Republican incumbent DA in my hometown in Nassau County in 2005, and I beat him. And one of the things that I did was begin to redefine what it means to be a DA in the modern world, especially coming into an office that hadn't changed in about 30 years. I don't believe that you can incarcerate your way out of a crime problem. That's a pretty novel approach for a DA, right? Most people think that being the DA, and we've even heard comments from some people up here, that being a DA is all about lock 'em up. That's not what it's about. And I want to tell you about an initiative that I did in the village of Hempstead, and we have actually the mayor of Hempstead is here to talk about this as well, if you have any questions for him. Wayne Hall, thank you, Wayne, for being here. This initiative was all about the fair administration of justice, followed up by good government finally working on behalf of the people. Identifying a crime problem in the village of Hempstead, drug crime problem, that had beset this community for decades, and took away the hard-working, law-abiding people's ability in that community to raise their kids in a safe neighborhood, educate them, and get family-supporting jobs. We identified all the drug dealers. We partnered first and foremost with the community. For once, law enforcement never does that. This was a novel approach. We went first to the community and said, will you do this initiative with us? They jumped on board immediately. We got the mayor, law enforcement, faith-based organizations, tenants association, every part of the community. Why is that important? Because that's how you have real reform and real change. Now, what we have in that community now is a completely different atmosphere, where people are getting jobs, where crime is down, and people, again, have hope that their life can be better and their children's lives can be better after that. Why do I tell you this? Because that's what the job of the Attorney General is all about. It's being an advocate. Who is going to be the best advocate for you? I can tell you what my priorities are, and they're probably not going to be any different than what you've heard already. We all know that we need reform in Albany. We need to restore the public's confidence in the way their government serves them, because right now people don't feel like government is on their side, number one. Number two, to enforce whatever regulations, and then some, that Washington comes up with, to make sure that everyone on Wall Street is playing by the rules, just like all of you and I have to do. People have lost faith that we can do that. And number three, getting back to the kitchen table issues like Attorney General Cuomo has been so good at. The consumer fraud, predatory lending, illegal guns, sex predators on the internet, all of the issues that beset communities all across the state. Now, pay to play. There's no place for pay to play in this government, in our government. Is it going to be a combination of campaign finance reform and ensuring that the system, whatever the system is, has accountability and transparency? Yes, I think that's what it is. We need campaign finance reform. It's really that simple. But the public needs even more to know that there is not a line for those who pay politicians in campaign contributions and those who don't. That eats away at the heart of a democracy more than anything else. So there has to be accountability and transparency in the process. That is what I've spent my entire career doing, advocating for victims, for taxpayers, and for assuring reform, accountability, and transparency in the system. I want to thank you all so much